Nobody dares to cancel a Mafia wedding. The consequences are too severe, the insult too great, the danger too real. But Sung-min did it anyway, and it all started with 3 missed calls. His assistant Mbali never ignored his calls. In 3 years, not once. So when she did not answer that night, he made a choice that seemed small at the time. He decided to visit her apartment. What he found there, what he saw, what he learned, it did not just change his mind about the wedding. It changed everything he thought he knew about loyalty, love, and the woman who had been right beside him all along. The crazy part? Mbali tried to stop him from canceling, begged him not to, because she knew what he was about to lose. Before we get into the insanity of what happened, do me a favor and subscribe to this channel. Stories like this, stories that make you feel something real, that is what we do here. And comment below telling me, would you cancel your wedding for someone else? Be honest. Sung-min stared at his phone. 3 missed calls to Mbali. No answer. He checked his watch again. 10:47 at night. In 3 years, she had never ignored his calls. "Boss, the papers can wait until morning," his driver said from the front seat. "No." Sung-min scrolled through his contacts. "I need her signature tonight. The deal closes at dawn." His phone buzzed. A text from Yuna, his fiancée. "Are you still working? Come over." He ignored it. The wedding was in 2 weeks. She could wait an hour. He pulled up Mbali's employee file on his tablet, found her address, and leaned forward. Hongdae District, Seyeon Building. The driver's eyebrows rose. That neighborhood? Sung-min frowned. The area was not terrible, but it was not where someone on Mbali's salary should be living. He paid her well. Very well. She managed his entire operation, knew every secret, handled problems before they became disasters. So why was she in a place known for cramped studios and broken elevators? 20 minutes later, they pulled up to a building that looked older than Sung-min's father. Rust stains ran down the concrete walls. A streetlight flickered above the entrance. "Wait here," Sung-min said, grabbing the folder. Inside, the hallway smelled like old kimchi and mildew. He climbed to the 3rd floor. The stairs creaked under his shoes. Everything about this felt wrong. Mbali was organized, professional, always composed. This building felt like chaos. He reached apartment 309 and knocked. Silence. He knocked harder. "Mbali, it's me." A crash came from inside. Glass breaking. Then a child's scream. Sung-min's hand went to the door handle. Unlocked. He pushed it open. The scene hit him like a fist to the chest. Mbali stood in the middle of a tiny room, blood running from her lip, one arm wrapped around her ribs. Her shirt was torn at the shoulder. Behind her, pressed against the wall, was a little girl, maybe 8 years old, sobbing. In front of Mbali stood 2 men. Sung-min recognized their tattoos immediately. Han family. His future in-laws soldiers. Everyone froze. "Boss," one of the thugs stammered. His hand dropped from Mbali's collar. "We didn't know. We were just—" "Get out." Sung-min's voice was quiet. The dangerous kind of quiet. The kind that made grown men reconsider their life choices. The thugs stumbled toward the door. The taller one tried to explain. "The girl saw something she shouldn't have. We were told to. If you are still in this building in 10 seconds, I will forget we are allies." They ran. The door slammed shut. Silence filled the apartment, except for the little girls crying. Sung-min looked at Molly. Really looked at her. The bruise forming on her cheekbone. The way she held her left side. The fierce, protective stance despite her injuries. "Explain," he said. Mbali straightened, wincing. "I can handle this. That is not what I asked. You should leave. If they tell the Han family you were here, they won't." Sung-min set the folder on a small table. "Not if they value their tongues." The little girl whimpered. Mbali immediately softened, turning to kneel beside her. "It's okay, Jiwoo. He's safe. I promise." "Safe?" The girl stared at Sung-min with enormous, terrified eyes. "He looks like the other bad men." Something in Sung-min's chest twisted. He probably did look like them. Same world, same darkness. He loosened his tie and crouched down, making himself smaller. "I work with Mbali," he said gently. "She is my friend." "Did those men hurt you?" Jiwoo shook her head. Miss Mbali stopped them. She always stops them. Always? Sung Min's eyes snapped to Mimbali. How long has this been happening? Before you judge this story or move on to something else, let me tell you, what happens next will change everything you think you know about loyalty and love. If you are enjoying this so far, hit that like button and drop a comment telling me what you think Sung Min should do. Should he protect Mimbali or protect his wedding alliance? Let me know. Mimbali stood slowly, each movement careful. 3 months. 3 months. Sung Min repeated the words like they were in a foreign language. You have been dealing with Han family thugs for 3 months, and you never mentioned it? It wasn't your problem. Everything about you is my problem. You work for me. This has nothing to do with work. Then what does it have to do with? Mimbali glanced at Jiwoo, then back at him. The look in her eyes was something he had never seen before. Desperation mixed with determination. The same look a cornered animal gets before it attacks. Let me get her to sleep, Mimbali said quietly. Then we can talk. Sung Min wanted to argue, demand answers now. But Jiwoo was shaking, and Mimbali looked like she might collapse any second. He nodded. While Mimbali took the girl to a small corner with a mattress on the floor, Sung Min examined the apartment. 1 room. A kitchenette with 2 burners. A bathroom he could see through the open door, barely big enough to turn around in. A window that looked out at another building's brick wall. But it was clean. Obsessively clean. Books lined one wall, mostly in Korean, but some in English. A small desk held a laptop and stacks of papers. Sung Min moved closer to the desk. The top paper showed a map of Seoul with red X marks, locations, dates, times. His blood went cold as he recognized some of the addresses. These were Han family properties. Beneath the map were photographs. Women. Different ages, different nationalities. Some looked scared, some looked angry. All looked lost. Those are the ones I couldn't save. Sung Min turned. Mimbali stood behind him, arms wrapped around herself. Jiwoo's soft breathing came from the corner. Save from what? But even as he asked, pieces were clicking together in his mind. The women, the locations, the Han family's newest business venture that everyone whispered about, but never discussed directly. Trafficking, Mimbali said. The word hung in the air like poison. Your future in-laws run the largest human trafficking operation in Seoul. They move women through the port, through private clubs, sell them to whoever pays. Jiwoo's mother was taken 3 months ago. Jiwoo saw it happen, saw the men, saw the van, saw the Han family tattoo. The room tilted. Sung Min gripped the edge of the desk. That is impossible. We investigated the Han family before the alliance. They run gambling, some protection, loan operations, and they are very good at hiding the rest. Mimbali moved to a drawer, pulled out a folder, handed it to him. I have been tracking them since I took this job. You took this job to spy on the Han family? I took this job to get close to the underworld, to find the network that... She stopped, swallowed hard. My sister disappeared 6 years ago in Johannesburg. I tracked her to Seoul. Found out she was sold through a pipeline that connected to operations here. By the time I found the trail, she was gone. Dead, probably. But the network is still running. Still taking women. The Han family is the sole hub. Sung Min opened the folder. Bank statements. Shipping manifests. Names. Dates. Photographs of men he recognized. Han family soldiers. And there, in the middle of one photograph, was Yuna, his fiancée, standing in front of a warehouse, talking on her phone, while women were loaded into a truck behind her. His hands started shaking. When was this taken? Last week. Does she know? About the operation. She runs the money. Mimbali's voice was flat. The whole financial side flows through her accounts. She is not just aware, Sung Min. She is essential. He sat down hard on the floor. The folder scattered across the cheap linoleum. 2 weeks. He was supposed to marry this woman in 2 weeks, bind his organization to hers, create peace between 2 of Seoul's biggest crews, all while she destroyed lives for profit. Why didn't you tell me? His voice came out raw. Because I knew what you would have to choose. Peace for your people, or justice for women nobody cares about. I wasn't going to put that on you. So you just dealt with it alone. Got yourself beaten protecting a child? What else was I supposed to do? Mbali's composure cracked. You think the police care? Half of them are paid off. You think I could just walk into your office and say, "Hey boss, your wedding is funding slavery. Hope that is okay with you?" You made it clear from day one. Business is business. Feelings do not matter. Results matter. This is different. Is it? She laughed, but there was no humor in it. You are a criminal, Sung-min. I work for a criminal. Your world runs on violence and money and power. The Han family is just better at hiding their violence than you are. The words hit like bullets. Because she was right. He ran illegal gambling, extorted protection money, broke laws every single day. Who was he to judge? Except he was judging. Looking at those photographs of terrified women, he was absolutely judging. I do not do this, he said quietly, picking up a photo. I have never done this. I know. Mbali's voice softened. Why do you think I stayed? 3 years, watching you, waiting for you to show your real face, and you never did. You are not good, but you are not this. That is why I could not tell you, because I knew it would destroy you. A sound came from the corner. Jiwoo, crying in her sleep. Mbali moved immediately to comfort her, smoothing the child's hair, whispering soft reassurances. Sung-min watched her. This woman he saw every day. Professional, efficient, always one step ahead. He had never seen her like this. Gentle, maternal, human, beautiful. He crushed that thought immediately. She worked for him. She was his employee. He was engaged. This was not the time for whatever stupid thing his heart was trying to do. How much have you stolen from me? He asked. Mbali stiffened. What? To fund this. Protecting Jiwoo, helping the others. You do not make enough for all this, and you are living in a place that costs nothing. So how much have you skimmed from my accounts? She turned to face him. Chin up, ready for consequences. 43 million won over 2 years. I kept records. I planned to pay you back. 43 million, about $35,000. He spent more than that on watches. What did you use it for? Safe houses, fake papers, bus tickets, medical care, food. Jiwoo's mother is alive. I found her 2 weeks ago in a container, waiting to be shipped to Thailand. Bought her from the broker for 20 million. She is in a hospital now, recovering. Too traumatized to care for Jiwoo yet, but alive. You bought a human being. I did what I had to do. With my money. Yes. Without asking. Would you have said yes? Sung-min opened his mouth. Closed it. Before tonight, he honestly did not know what he would have said. The wedding alliance was worth billions. Literal billions. Peace between the families meant expansion, growth, safety for his people. But now, looking at Jiwoo sleeping on a mattress on the floor, looking at Mbali standing there bruised and defiant, and absolutely certain she had done the right thing, even if it killed her, now he knew exactly what he would say. Yes, he said. I would have said yes. Mbali's eyes widened. You cannot mean that. I do not fund slavery. I do not hurt children. If I had known. But you did not know. And in 2 weeks, you are going to marry into the family that does. You are going to stand at that altar and promise to honor and protect Yuna while she moves money for the people who took Jiwoo's mother, while she profits off misery. I will call it off. You will start a war. Your people will die. My people will not be bound to slavers. Mbali shook her head. You are not thinking clearly. You are angry. I get it. But when you calm down, you will realize the wedding has to happen. The alliance has to hold. That is how your world works. My world. Sung-min stood up, walked to her, stopped close enough to see the flecks of gold in her brown eyes, is changing right now. The air between them crackled. Mbali's breath caught. For a moment, neither of them moved. Then, Sung-min's phone buzzed. He pulled it out. A text from his second-in-command. Han family soldiers just reported an incident at a Hongdae apartment. They are asking questions. They work fast, Mbali said, reading over his shoulder. We need to move you, both of you, somewhere safe. I am not running. You are bleeding. I have been bleeding for 3 months. I can handle it. Mbali, his voice dropped. Let me help you. She searched his face, looking for something. A lie, maybe. An angle. In their world, nobody helped without wanting something back. Why? She whispered. Why would you risk everything for me? Because you are the bravest person I have ever met, he thought. Because watching you protect that child made me realize I have been sleepwalking through my life. Because somewhere in the last 3 years, you stopped being my assistant and became the person I think about when I should be thinking about business. Because it is the right thing to do, he said instead. Bali studied him for another long moment. Then she nodded. Okay, but Ji-woo stays with me, non-negotiable. Agreed. And I am not going to some safe house where I sit around waiting. If we are doing this, I need to keep working. Keep tracking the network. You can work from my penthouse. Your fiancé might have questions about that. Sung-min pulled out his phone. Then I will give her answers. Wait. Mbali grabbed his wrist. Her hand was small but strong. Do not text her now. Not while you are emotional. Think about this. Sleep on it. In the morning, if you still want to burn your life down, I will help you light the match. Her touch sent electricity up his arm. He forced himself to focus. She was right. He was emotional. Angry. Confused. Making life-altering decisions while his blood was boiling was stupid. But looking at her split lip, at the bruise forming on her cheek, every instinct screamed to do something. Protect her. Fix this. Burn down everyone who hurt her. Fine, he said. Morning. But you are still coming with me tonight. This apartment is not safe. I have nowhere. You have my penthouse. Guest room. Ji-woo can take the second guest room. No arguments. Sung-min, people will talk. Let them talk. The Han family can come ask me about it directly. Mbali bit her damaged lip, winced. You are being stupid. Probably. This will end badly. Most things do. I do not need you to save me. I know. But I need to help you anyway. So please, just this once, let someone else carry the weight. Her eyes went glassy, like she might cry. But Mbali did not cry. Instead, she nodded once, sharp and quick. Okay, one night, then we figure out a real plan. One night, he agreed, even though he was already planning much more than that. Mbali moved to wake Ji-woo gently. The little girl's eyes opened, unfocused with sleep. Are the bad men back? She mumbled. No, sweetie. We are going somewhere safer. This is Mr. Sung-min. He is going to help us. Ji-woo looked at him with those enormous eyes. Are you a prince? Sung-min blinked. What? In my books, princes save people. Miss Mbali said someone would save us. Are you the prince? Something in his chest cracked. I am not a prince, but I will keep you safe anyway. Okay. Ji-woo held out her hand. Small. Trusting. Thank you, Mr. Prince. He took her hand carefully, like she was made of glass. Just Sung-min is fine. They gathered the few things Mbali needed. Clothes. The laptop, the files. Everything fit in 2 bags. 3 years in Seoul, and Mbali owned almost nothing, because she had been spending everything on other people. Downstairs, his driver's eyes went wide, seeing Mbali's injuries and the child. Not a word, Sung-min said. To anyone. Understand? Yes, boss. The drive to his penthouse took 15 minutes. Ji-woo fell asleep against Mbali's shoulder. Mbali stared out the window, her reflection ghostly in the glass. What are you thinking? Sung-min asked quietly. That I just made everything worse. Those men will report back. The Han family will know I have protection now. They will escalate. Let them. You do not understand what you are up against. These people are not like your crew. They do not have codes. They do not have honor. They will hurt everyone you love to get to their target. I do not love many people, Sung-min said. Makes them easier to protect. Mbali turned from the window. Your mother, your sister, your cousins who run the gambling houses, your second in command who has been with you since you were kids. Should I keep going? She was right. He had leverage points everywhere. People the Han family could hurt. But he also had something they did not expect. He had their secrets now. Thanks to Mbali, he knew exactly where their real money came from. We will manage, he said. You are being naive. You are being pessimistic. I am being realistic. Then it is a good thing I am in charge. Mbali almost smiled. Almost. You are still my boss? Even after you know I am a thief? You are not a thief. Thieves take for themselves. You are something else entirely. What? He met her eyes. I am still figuring that out. The air thickened again. That same crackling tension. Mbali looked away first. We are here, the driver announced. The building rose 40 stories above the Han River. Sung-min's penthouse occupied the top 3 floors. The private elevator required a fingerprint. "I will add your print tomorrow," he told Mbali as they rode up. "That seems excessive for one night." "Humor me." The doors opened directly into his living space. Dark wood. Clean lines. Windows that showed soul spreading out like a carpet of lights. He saw Mbali taking it in, her expression unreadable. "Guest rooms are on the 2nd level," he said. "Take whichever you want. Kitchen is stocked. Security is on every floor. You are safe here." "Why do you live like this?" Mbali asked. 3 floors for one person? "I like space. You like isolation." She was not wrong. After his father died, after he took over the family business, he had built walls. Literal and figurative. Kept everyone at arm's length. Safer that way. But having Mbali and Jiwoo here, seeing them in his space, the walls felt less like protection and more like prison. "Let me show you the rooms," he said instead of responding. He led them upstairs. Jiwoo woke up enough to gasp at the size of the guest bedroom. It was bigger than Mbali's entire apartment. "Is this a hotel?" the girl asked. "It is a home," Sung-min said. "My home. And you are welcome here." Mbali got Jiwoo settled, then followed Sung-min back downstairs. In the kitchen, he poured 2 glasses of water. His hands were steadier now. "You should see a doctor," he said, handing her a glass. "It is just bruises. Your lip is split. Your ribs might be cracked. I have had worse. That does not make me feel better." Mbali leaned against the counter. "Why are you doing this? Really?" "I told you. The right thing." "Yeah, but you are a crime boss. The right thing is not usually your priority." "Fair point." Sung-min considered his answer carefully. "My father built this organization on rules. No drugs, no prostitution, no slavery. We hurt people. Yes, we break laws. But we have lines. When he died and I took over, I kept those lines, strengthened them. The Han family alliance was supposed to expand our territory without expanding our sins. But you never investigated what their sins were. No, I trusted the brokers, the intermediaries who said the Hans were legitimate. That was my mistake. So this is about your reputation. This is about looking at myself in the mirror." Mbali took a sip of water, winced as it touched her split lip. "You know, calling off the wedding will not stop them. The trafficking will continue. Women will still disappear. The only difference is you will not be connected to it. Then we stop them. You have been investigating for 3 years. You have evidence, sources. We use it. Burn them down. With what army? Your crew will not back you. Not if it means war. Then I convince them." "How?" Sung-min smiled. "No warmth in it. By showing them exactly what the Han family really does. By making it impossible to look away." Mbali's eyes sharpened. "You want to expose them. I want to destroy them. That is a suicide mission. Only if we fail. And if we succeed, you think the other families will just accept you destroying a major crew. You will have targets on your back forever." "I already have targets on my back. Comes with the job." Sung-min. She set down her glass. "I came to Seoul expecting to die, made peace with it. But you have a life, power, a future. Do not throw it away for me." "I am not throwing it away. I am choosing what kind of future I want. And it is not one built on an alliance with slavers." They stood there, 2 feet apart, the city lights casting shadows across Mbali's face. She looked exhausted, hurt, beautiful in a way that had nothing to do with appearance, and everything to do with spirit. "Get some rest," Sung-min said, before he did something stupid. "We will plan in the morning. You should rest too. You look like you want to punch something." "I really do." "Don't. You will need your hands functional for what is coming." She moved toward the stairs, paused. "Thank you. For tonight. For believing me. Most people would have chosen the easier path. I am tired of easy paths. They never lead anywhere good." Mbali nodded, climbed the stairs, disappeared. Sung-min stood alone in his massive kitchen, surrounded by luxury he never wanted, engaged to a woman who trafficked human beings, responsible for an organization that would riot if he called off the wedding. His phone buzzed. Another text from Yuna. "Where are you? We need to finalize seating charts." Seating charts, while women died in shipping containers. He typed back. "We need to talk. Tomorrow. It is important. The response came immediately. Is everything okay? No. But it will be. I will call you in the morning. He silenced his phone, poured himself a drink, stared out at Seoul. Somewhere in this city, Ji-woo's mother lay in a hospital bed, recovering from trauma no person should experience. Somewhere, other women were trapped, scared, praying for rescue that might never come. And in 2 weeks, he had been planning to shake hands with the people responsible. The glass shattered in his grip, blood mixed with whiskey. Stupid, he muttered, wrapping his hand in a towel. Very stupid. Mbali's voice came from behind him. I thought you said you would not punch things. He turned. She stood at the bottom of the stairs in borrowed pajamas that were too big for her frame. Could not sleep? He asked. Could not stop thinking about tomorrow. About what happens when you tell Yuna the truth. About how many ways this could go wrong. Having second thoughts about accepting my help. Having constant thoughts about it. None of them good. She moved closer, gently took his bleeding hand. You need first aid. It is nothing. It is glass in your palm. Where is your medical kit? Bathroom. Down the hall. She disappeared, returned with supplies, sat him down at the kitchen island, and began carefully removing glass shards. You do not have to do this, he said. You are helping me. I can handle basic first aid. Her fingers were gentle, but efficient. Besides, if you damage your hand, who will sign my paychecks? You are still worried about paychecks after stealing 43 million won from me. I prefer the term borrowed. Borrowed implies intent to return. I had intent, just not means. He smiled, despite everything. You have an answer for everything. 3 years working for you taught me that. You hate silence. Always need to fill it with words or plans or orders. Is that annoying? Sometimes. But it is also comforting. Means your brain is always working. Always finding solutions. She wrapped his hand in clean gauze. Her touch lingered a moment longer than necessary. There, she said softly. Try not to destroy anything else tonight. No promises. They sat in comfortable silence. The city hummed outside. Somewhere below, millions of people slept, unaware that above them, 2 people were planning to upend Seoul's criminal underground. Can I ask you something? Mbali said. Anything. Do you love her, Yuna? The question caught him off guard. No. Then why agree to marry her? Because love is not required for alliances. Because my advisors said it was smart business. Because after my father died, I stopped thinking about what I wanted and started thinking only about what the organization needed. That sounds lonely. It is practical. Practical is just another word for safe. And safe is just another word for scared. Sung-min met her eyes. What am I scared of? Same thing everyone is scared of. Being seen, being known, being vulnerable enough to get hurt. You sound like you are speaking from experience. I spent 6 years hunting my sister's killers. 6 years putting everyone else first. Saving strangers because I could not save her. I know all about hiding from feelings in work. Is that what I do? Is it not? He considered that. The long hours, the constant focus on business, the engagement to a woman he felt nothing for. Maybe, he admitted. But tonight, finding you hurt, learning about Ji-woo, seeing what you have been doing alone for 3 years. Tonight I felt something. What? Awake. For the first time in years, completely awake. Mbali's breath caught. The space between them evaporated. He could smell her shampoo, see the flecks of gold in her eyes, count her heartbeats in the pulse at her throat. Sung-min, she whispered. I know. Wrong time. Wrong situation. I am engaged. You work for me. Everything about this is complicated. Catastrophically complicated. But I am still feeling it. Me too. The admission hung between them. Dangerous. Thrilling. Impossible. Mbali pulled back first. We should sleep. Tomorrow is going to be brutal. Probably. Definitely. She stood. Hesitated. For what it is worth, I am glad you walked through that door tonight. Even if everything burns down tomorrow, I am glad I do not have to carry this alone anymore. You never had to carry it alone. You just never asked for help. Because help always comes with a price. Not this time. We will see. She climbed the stairs again. This time she did not look back. Sung-min sat in his kitchen, hand throbbing, heart racing. Entire life balanced on a knife's edge. 12 hours ago, his biggest concern was seating charts. Now he was planning to destroy his future in-laws, potentially start a war, and deal with the fact that he was falling for his assistant while still engaged to someone else. His phone buzzed one more time. A text from his second-in-command. "We need to talk. Heard rumors. Call me immediately." The escalation was beginning. Sung-min smiled. Good. He was ready for a fight. Sung-min called his second-in-command back at 6 in the morning. He had not slept. Instead, he spent the night reading through every file Mbali had compiled on the Han family. "Talk," he said when Dae-jung answered. "Where are you?" "Home." "Why?" "Because Han soldiers are saying you interfered in their business last night, threatened them, protected some woman and a kid. The woman is Mbali, my assistant. They were beating her." Silence on the other end. "Then, why were Han soldiers beating your assistant?" "Long story. Meet me at the office in 1 hour. Bring the council." "The council?" "Boss, it is 6 in the morning. Then they can drink coffee." 1 hour, Dae-jung. This is not optional." He hung up before his second could argue. Upstairs, he heard movement. Footsteps. Soft voices. Mbali appeared at the top of the stairs. Ji-woo holding her hand. The little girl wore one of Sing-min's shirts as a makeshift nightgown. It dragged on the floor behind her. "We did not mean to wake you," Mbali said. "You did not. I never slept." He moved to the kitchen. "Are you hungry? I can make breakfast." "You cook?" Mbali sounded skeptical. "I make eggs. And toast. It counts." "Barely." Ji-woo giggled. The sound was so unexpected, so pure, that both adults stopped and stared at her. "Sorry," the girl whispered. "Do not apologize for laughing," Sung-min said. "Do it more often." While he cooked, Ji-woo explored the living room with wide eyes, touching everything carefully like she was in a museum. Mbali sat at the counter, watching him. "You called your people," she said quietly. "How did you know?" "You have that look, the one you get before big meetings. Jaw tight, shoulders back, ready for battle. Am I that predictable? To someone who has worked with you for 3 years? Yes." He plated eggs, slightly burnt but edible. "I am meeting my council in an hour, telling them about the Han family, about the trafficking. They will not support you. Maybe not at first, maybe not ever. You are asking them to choose morality over money. Criminals are not known for their moral stands. My people are not animals. When they see the evidence, when they understand what the Han family really does, they will tell you, it is not your problem." Mbali took the plate he offered. "That is what people do. Look away. Protect themselves." "You did not look away. I am not people. I am damaged. You are brave." Bravery and stupidity look the same from certain angles. Ji-woo came running back. "Mr. Sung-min, you have a piano. A real piano." "I do. Can I touch it?" "You can play it if you want." The girl's face lit up. She ran to the instrument, pressed one key experimentally. The note rang out, clear and bright. "My mom used to play," Ji-woo said softly. "Before, when she was happy." Mbali's expression crumbled. She turned away, pretending to be interested in her eggs. Sung-min crouched next to Ji-woo. "When this is over, when your mom is better, she can come play this piano too. Both of you. Anytime you want." Promise? He should not promise. He had no idea if any of them would survive what was coming. But looking at this child who had lost so much, he could not help himself. "Promise." Ji-woo hugged him, quick and fierce. Then she was back at the piano, picking out a simple melody. Sung-min returned to the kitchen. Mbali was crying silently, tears running down her cheeks while she chewed toast. "She deserves a childhood," Mbali whispered. "Not this. Not running and hiding and watching adults bleed. Then we give her one. We end this." "You make it sound simple." "The plan is simple. Execution will be hell. But the plan? Burn down the Han family. Expose everything. Protect the innocent. Very simple." "You are insane. Probably. But I am committed now." Mbali wiped her eyes. "I need to come to your meeting." "Absolutely not. Those are my files, my evidence. I can answer questions. My council will not react well to finding out my assistant has been investigating our allies. Your council needs to see me. See what happened when I got in the Han family's way," makes it real. She was right. Seeing her bruised face would have more impact than any file. Fine. But you stay quiet unless I tell you to speak. I am not a dog. I am not treating you like one. I am treating you like someone who is walking into a room full of criminals who do not like surprises. Fair enough. An hour later, they arrived at Sung Min's office building. He owned the top 5 floors officially, the whole building unofficially. His counsel was already waiting in the conference room. 6 men, all older than Sung Min, all loyal to his father before him, all skeptical of his leadership when he took over at 28. They stood when he entered. Their eyes went immediately to Mbali and Ji-woo. "Boss, what is this?" Dae-jung asked. "Sit down, all of you." They sat. Sung Min remained standing. Mbali stood against the wall. Ji-woo pressed close to her side. 2 weeks ago, I agreed to marry Han Yuna, to solidify our alliance with the Han family. Sung Min began. The wedding is still scheduled. But it is not going to happen. Explosion of voices. Everyone talking at once. Objecting. Demanding explanations. Quiet. Sung Min's voice cut through the noise. "I am not finished." They quieted. But the tension in the room was thick enough to choke on. The Han family runs a human trafficking operation. They have been moving women through Seoul for at least 5 years. Selling them. Shipping them internationally. Making millions. More objections. Sung Min held up his hand. "Before you tell me it is not our business, before you remind me about the alliance, look at my assistant." Every eye turned to Mbali, to her split lip, her bruised face, the way she held Ji-woo protectively. Last night, Han family soldiers broke into her apartment. They were there to kill this child, because she witnessed her mother being trafficked. Mbali stopped them, took a beating doing it. This is what our allies do. This is who we are binding ourselves to. "With respect, boss," one of the older council members said. "What they do is their business. We have our own operations to worry about. Our operations are built on my father's rules. No drugs, no prostitution, no slavery. Or have you all forgotten?" "We have not forgotten," Dae-jung said carefully. "But an alliance with the Han family does not mean we participate in their activities, just that we do not interfere. Not interfering makes us complicit. Not interfering keeps us alive. At what cost?" Sung Min slammed his hand on the table, his bandaged hand. Pain shot up his arm, but he ignored it. "We make money off gambling, protection, intimidation. But we are not this. We have never been this. Because your father drew those lines," another council member said. "But he is gone. The world has changed. Maybe those lines need to change too." "No. Boss, be reasonable." "I am being reasonable. I am saying we do not ally with slavers. That seems extremely reasonable to me." "You are being emotional," the oldest council member said. His name was Park, and he had known Sung Min since birth. "This girl, your assistant, they have gotten into your head, clouded your judgment. My judgment is perfectly clear. Then you see that calling off this wedding will insult the Han family, potentially restart hostilities. Men will die. Our men. Over what? Women who are not our responsibility?" Mbali flinched. Sung Min saw it. Saw her hold Ji-woo tighter. "Those women are human beings," he said quietly, dangerously. "And this child's mother is one of them. Look at her, Park. Look at this little girl, and tell me she does not matter." Park looked. They all looked. Ji-woo stared back with enormous eyes. "She matters," Park said finally. "But so do our families, our people. You want to start a war over principle. That is admirable. It is also stupid. Then I am stupid." "You are the boss," Dae-jung cut in. "If you order us to back you, we back you. But we are asking you to reconsider. Sleep on this. Do not make a decision that could destroy everything your father built. My father would have burned the Han family to the ground the second he learned what they were doing. Your father was also more strategic about his battles." The words stung because they were partially true. His father had been calculated, patient. He never moved without thinking 10 steps ahead. But he also never compromised on his core principles. "I need evidence," Park said. "Real evidence, not just accusations. If you are going to blow up an alliance, you better be absolutely certain you are right." Sung Min nodded to Mbali. She came forward, pulling a USB drive from her pocket, handed it to him. He plugged it into the conference room screen. Files appeared. Photographs. bank statements, shipping manifests, a video of women being loaded into a truck while Han family soldiers watched. The room went silent. Mimbali spoke for the first time. I have been tracking them for 3 years. 17 women that I know of have disappeared through their network. 4 are confirmed dead. The rest are missing, sold. Jiwoo's mother was number 18. I got her out 2 weeks ago. Who are you? Park asked. Someone who lost her sister to traffickers. Someone who came to Seoul to find the network. Someone who has been working with Interpol to build a case. That last part was new information. Seung-min turned to stare at her. Interpol? Dae-jung stood up fast. You brought law enforcement into our organization? I brought them into the Han family's organization. Mimbali corrected. I have never given them anything on you. My mission was always the traffickers. Mission? Park's voice was ice. So you are a spy. I am a woman who wanted justice. In our world, those are the same thing. Park turned to Seung-min. You brought a spy into our operations, gave her access to everything, and now you are taking her side against an alliance that took months to negotiate. She is not a spy. She is. Seung-min stopped. What was she? Employee felt wrong. Ally felt insufficient. Friend did not cover it. She is under my protection, he finished. That is all you need to know. The council members exchanged looks. A whole conversation happening in glances. If you are on the edge of your seat wondering what happens next, you are exactly where I want you. This story is about to get even crazier. Do me a favor, drop a comment right now, and tell me, do you think Seung-min's council will support him or betray him? And have you ever had to choose between doing what is safe and doing what is right? Let me know below. We need to vote, Park said finally. This is not a democracy, Seung-min replied. No, but it is a family. Your father always let us vote on major decisions. This qualifies. Seung-min wanted to refuse. Pull rank. Remind them who was in charge. But Park was right. His father had valued counsel, not just obedience. Fine, vote. But understand, whatever you decide, I am calling off the wedding. The only question is whether you support me or not. Park raised his hand. Those in favor of maintaining the alliance with the Han family, despite this new information? 3 hands went up. Park and 2 others. Those in favor of backing our boss, regardless of consequences. Dae-jung's hand went up immediately. Then another. Then the last one. 3-3. Tie vote, Park said, which means we defer to traditional protocol. You have 24 hours to reconsider. If you still want to call off the wedding after that, we will support you. But you give us 1 day to prepare, to move assets, to get families to safety before this explodes. It was more than Seung-min expected. Agreed. And the spy goes. No. She admitted to working with Interpol. To investigate the Han family, not us. She stays. That is a mistake. Then it is my mistake to make. Park stood. 24 hours. We will reconvene tomorrow morning, same time. He looked at Mimbali. I hope you are worth the war you are starting, girl. Mimbali lifted her chin. I hope your conscience is worth the peace you are keeping, old man. Park almost smiled. Almost. She has spine. I will give her that. The council filed out. Dae-jung lingered behind. You are really doing this? He asked quietly. I am really doing this. Because it is right or because of her? Seung-min looked at Mimbali, standing there bruised and defiant, with a traumatized child holding her hand. Both, he admitted. Does it matter? It matters because feelings make us stupid, make us take risks we should not take. Maybe I have been too careful for too long, or maybe you have kept us alive for 5 years by being careful. Dae-jung sighed. But you are the boss. If you are going to war, I am going with you. Just promise me you know what you are doing. I have no idea what I am doing, but I know staying allied with the Han family is wrong. That has to count for something. In our world, usually not. But okay, I trust you. Dae-jung headed for the door, paused. For what it is worth, your father would be proud. Conflicted, probably, but proud. When they were alone, Ji-woo tugged Mimbali's sleeve. I need the bathroom. Down the hall, second door, Seung-min said. Ji-woo ran off. Mimbali slumped into a chair. That went badly, she said. That went better than expected. Split vote means half of them see reason. Half of them are willing to tolerate you for 24 hours. That is different from support. I will take what I can get. Mbali looked up at him. You did not tell me about Interpol. I was going to. I have a contact. Agent Kim. She has been helping coordinate the evidence, making sure it can actually be used in court when this is over. When this is over, there might not be a court. There might just be bodies. That is why we have 24 hours to plan. To make sure when I confront Yuna, when I blow this open, we do it smart. You are going to tell her today? I am going to tell her right now. Mbali stood quickly. That is a terrible idea. Why? Because you just told your counsel. Word will spread. If Yuna finds out from someone else, she will know you are moving against her. You lose the element of surprise. She was right. Again. Mbali had a tactical mind that put most of his soldiers to shame. So what do you suggest? Play it normal. For 24 hours, be the dutiful fiancé. Act like nothing has changed. Let her think the wedding is still on. Meanwhile, we prepare. Get Jiwoo and her mother somewhere truly safe. Coordinate with my Interpol contact. Build an airtight case. Then, when we are ready, we hit them with everything at once. I do not like lying to her. She has been lying to you for months, probably longer. You think she hid the trafficking from you by accident. That thought had not occurred to him. But of course Yuna knew he would object. She had deliberately kept him in the dark, let him propose, plan a wedding, all while running an operation that violated everything he stood for. She had played him. Fine, he said. 24 hours. But after that, I am done pretending. His phone rang. Yuna's name appeared on the screen. Speaking of pretending, Mbali muttered. Seung-min answered. Hello. Finally. I have been calling all morning. Where are you? Office. Had an early meeting. On a Saturday? You work too much. Her voice was light, affectionate. Fake. How had he never heard the fake before? I need you to come to the venue. The florist is asking questions I cannot answer. I can be there in an hour, he said, keeping his voice neutral. Perfect. I love you. The words made his skin crawl. See you soon. He hung up. Mbali was watching him. How was that? He asked. Terrible. You sounded like you were scheduling a dentist appointment. I have never been good at fake emotions. Then you better learn fast. Yuna is smart. If she suspects anything. I know. He ran his hand through his hair. Can you and Jiwoo stay here? In the office? There is a break room upstairs. TV, snacks, comfortable couches. Da-jung will be around if you need anything. You are going to meet your fiancé while we hide in your office. This is not weird at all. Everything about this situation is weird. We are past worrying about normal. Jiwoo came back from the bathroom. Are we leaving? Not yet, sweetie. Mbali said. We are going to stay here for a bit. Seung-min has to go do some work. Can I play games on a computer? If Mr. Seung-min says it is okay. Completely okay, Seung-min said. Top floor. Gaming setup in the corner. Go wild. Jiwoo cheered and took off running. Mbali stood. Be careful, she said quietly. Yuna is not just some spoiled rich girl. If she is running the financial side of a trafficking network, she is dangerous. I can handle her. Can you? Because 12 hours ago you were planning to marry her. Spend your life with her. Now you are supposed to look her in the eye and pretend nothing has changed. That requires a level of deception I am not sure you possess. You think I am too honest? I think you are too good, and good people are bad liars. Then it is fortunate I am not good. I am just less bad than the Han family. Seung-min. She reached out, touched his arm. The contact sent electricity through him. If this goes wrong, if she realizes what you know, do not be a hero. Just run. Get out. Come back here, and we will figure out Plan B. What is Plan B? I have no idea, but we will figure it out together. Together. The word settled into his chest, warm and solid. Okay, he said. Together. Their eyes held. That same tension from last night crackling between them. Her hand was still on his arm. He could pull her closer. Kiss her. Finally act on what he was feeling. But his phone buzzed again. Another text from Yuna. Are you coming or not? The moment broke. Mbali stepped back. Go, she said. Do your fiancé thing. I will keep Jiwoo safe. When this is over, he started. When this is over, We will deal with everything else. But not now. Now you focus on not getting killed. Encouraging. Realistic. He grabbed his jacket. At the door, he looked back. Mbali stood in the middle of his office, bruised and beautiful, and absolutely terrifying in her competence. "Thank you," he said. "For what?" "For caring enough to steal from me. For protecting Ji-woo. For not running when you had every reason to. For making me want to be better. You are already better, Seung-min. You just forgot for a while. I am just reminding you." He left before he did something stupid like cancel the meeting and stay with her instead. The drive to the wedding venue took 30 minutes. Seung-min used the time to compose himself. To remember he was engaged to Yuna, planning a future with her, completely unaware of her crimes. He had to sell it. The venue was an upscale hotel overlooking the river. Yuna waited in the ballroom, surrounded by flowers and fabric samples, and 3 stressed-looking vendors. She was beautiful, objectively beautiful. Perfect hair, perfect makeup, perfect designer dress. Everything calculated for maximum impact. How had he never seen how cold her eyes were? "Finally," she said, kissing his cheek. "I was starting to think you forgot about me." "Never. Just busy morning. On a Saturday. Your employees must hate you. They manage." She looped her arm through his, pulled him toward the florist. "Okay, I need you to choose between roses and peonies for the centerpieces. I like roses, but Mother says peonies are more sophisticated. Whatever you prefer. That is not helpful. You have excellent taste. I trust your judgment." Yuna studied him. "Are you feeling okay? You seem distant. Just tired. Long week. Well, after the wedding you can rest. We are spending 2 weeks in Jeju Island, remember? Just us. No work. No distractions. 2 weeks alone with her. The thought made him nauseous. "Right, honeymoon. I remember. You do not sound excited." "I am excited. Just distracted." She squeezed his arm. "What is distracting you?" "Everything. Your trafficking network, your lies. The fact that I am standing here planting flowers while you destroy lives." "Business deal," he said instead. "Big one. Closing soon. My mind is still on it. You need to learn to separate work and personal life." "You are right. I will work on that." They spent an hour choosing flowers, linens, menu options. Seung-min agreed to everything. Yuna seemed pleased. "You are being very agreeable today," she said as they walked to their cars. "Usually, you have opinions. Usually, I care more about the details. But this is your day. I want you to have everything you want." "Our day," she corrected. "Right. Our day." She tilted her head. "Seung-min, are you sure everything is okay? You have been acting strange since last night. When I texted you, you seemed off. I told you. Just tired. Is it the alliance? Having second thoughts about joining our families?" "Yes. So many second thoughts. No second thoughts. The alliance is solid. Good. Because father is very excited about the partnership. He has big plans for us." "I bet he does," Seung-min thought. "Probably involving more trafficking routes." "I should get back to the office," he said. "Finish some work before the weekend ends. You could come to my apartment instead. Spend time with me. We barely see each other anymore. After the wedding, we will have all the time in the world. Promise?" He kissed her forehead. The gesture felt mechanical. "Promise." Yuna smiled. Squeezed his hand. "I love you." The words sat between them, waiting for his response. "Love you too," he forced out. She drove away in her expensive car. Seung-min stood in the parking lot, feeling dirty. His phone rang. Mbali. "How did it go?" she asked. "I am a terrible actor." She suspected? Maybe. She kept saying I seemed off. "What did you tell her?" "That I was tired and distracted by work. I do not think she believed me completely, but she let it go." "You need to be more convincing." "I know. I am working on it." "Where are you now?" "Leaving the venue. Heading back to the office." "Do not." "Why?" "Because Daejung just got word. Han family soldiers are watching the building. If you come back here, they will know something is wrong. Fiancés do not spend Saturdays hiding in offices." "Where should I go?" "Home, your penthouse. Act normal. We will meet you there tonight after the surveillance clears. I do not like leaving you alone." "We are not alone. Daejung has 3 guys stationed on this floor. We are fine." You are the one who needs to be careful. She was right. Again. Always right. Okay, tonight. Be careful, Mbali. You too. He drove home. The penthouse felt enormous and empty. He tried to work, reviewing files, planning next steps, but his mind kept drifting. To Mbali's smile, when Jiwoo laughed. To the way she had touched his arm. To the fact that in 24 hours, he was going to blow up his entire life, and he was doing it partially for a woman he could not have. His phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. I know what you are planning. Call it off, or people you love will die. His blood went cold. He called the number. It went straight to voicemail. Another text. A photo this time. His mother. At her apartment. Completely unaware she was being photographed. Then another photo. His younger sister. At a coffee shop. Another. Daejung's wife. At a market. The message was clear. They knew. Somehow, the Han family knew. Seung-min called Daejung immediately. Get everyone to safe houses. Now. My mother, sister, your wife, anyone connected to us. Move them immediately. What happened? The Han family is making threats. I just got photos. They are watching our families. How did they find out so fast? I do not know. But we are out of time. 24 hours just became right now. On it. I will coordinate movements. Where do you want to be? Home. If they come for me, let them come. But protect everyone else. Boss. Just do it, Daejung, please. He hung up. Sent a text to Mbali. Stay in the office. Do not leave. Han family is escalating. Her response came immediately. What happened? Threats. Photos of my family. They know we are moving against them. How? Leak in my council. Has to be. Then you are not safe. They will come for you. I hope they do. I am ready for a fight. That is not a plan. It is the only plan I have right now. His doorbell rang. Nobody should be able to get up to the penthouse without being announced. Seung-min grabbed the knife block from the kitchen, pulled out the largest blade, moved to the door silently, looked through the peephole. Yuna stood on the other side. His heart stopped. She should not be here. Should not be able to access his private elevator. But she had a key. He had given her one last month. A romantic gesture he now regretted. He hid the knife, opened the door. Yuna, what are you doing here? She walked past him into the penthouse. Her expression was different. Colder. The mask was off. We need to talk, she said, about your assistant, and a little girl named Jiwoo, and exactly what you think you are going to do about my family's business. Seung-min closed the door slowly. His mind raced through options. Yuna knew. The question was how much. How did you get up here? He asked, buying time. You gave me a key, remember? Though your doorman tried to stop me. I convinced him it was a romantic surprise. She walked to his windows, looked out at the city. Beautiful view. I always loved this apartment. So much space for one person. Almost lonely. Yuna, what is this about? She turned. The warmth she usually performed was gone. This was someone else entirely. Someone dangerous. Do not insult me by pretending. My father's men reported an incident last night. You interfered. Threatened them. Protected some woman and a child. She moved closer. At first, I thought maybe you were having an affair. That would be manageable. Embarrassing, but manageable. Then, I made some calls. Found out the woman is your assistant, Mimbali, and the child is a witness to one of our operations. Your operations? Yes. Mine. My family's. The business that makes us very wealthy. She smiled. No warmth in it. Did you really think we survived on gambling and loans? Those are pocket change. The real money comes from other sources. Trafficking women. Providing services to people willing to pay. It is just business. It is slavery. Yuna shrugged. Call it what you want. The market exists. We fill it. If we did not, someone else would. Seung-min felt rage building in his chest. Those are human beings. Those are commodities. And they are none of your concern. They became my concern when your soldiers tried to kill a child in my employee's apartment. That child is a liability. She saw things she should not have seen. We were cleaning up loose ends. By murdering an 8-year-old girl? By protecting our business. Something you should understand. You have done worse for your organization. I have never hurt children. Never trafficked anyone. Never. Never what? Broken the law? Hurt people? Please. You run a criminal empire. Do not stand there acting morally superior. She was right that he was a criminal. But she was wrong that it made them the same. I am calling off the wedding, he said. Una laughed. Actually laughed. No, you are not. Watch me. If you call off this wedding, if you move against my family, everyone you love dies. Your mother, your sister, that second in command you trust so much, everyone. You are threatening my family? I am explaining consequences. Actions have them. Surely you understand that. And you think I will just marry you, knowing what you do, knowing what you are? I think you will do what is smart. Marry me. Join our families. Look the other way while we handle our business. In exchange, everyone you love stays safe. You stay wealthy. You stay powerful. Everyone wins. Except the women you are selling. They do not matter. They matter to me. Una's expression hardened. Since when? You have known me for 8 months. We have been engaged for 3. You never asked questions about my family's money. Never investigated our operations. You were happy to ignore the details as long as the alliance benefited you. The accusations stung, because it was partially true. He had not asked hard questions, had not looked too closely, had accepted the Han family at face value because it was convenient. You are right, he said. I was willfully ignorant. That ends now. It ends when I say it ends. She pulled out her phone. 1 call, and your mother dies. She is at her apartment right now, completely unprotected. My people are already in position. I moved her an hour ago, her and everyone else you were watching. Una's confidence flickered, just for a second. Bluff. Call and find out. She made the call. Sung-min watched her face change as whoever answered gave her bad news. Where are they? She demanded. Somewhere you cannot reach them. She ended the call, threw the phone at him. He dodged. It shattered against the wall. You think you are clever. You think moving some people makes you safe. I can hurt you in other ways. Then do it. But I am not marrying you. I am not allying with your family. And if you come after me or mine, I will bury you. With what? You have no proof of anything. Actually, I have 3 years of evidence. Bank statements, shipping records, photographs, videos, testimony from victims, everything. Una went very still. You are lying. Your operation called Crimson Pearl, running women through the southern port, using shell companies to hide the money, paying off. Gom police, customs officials, judges. Should I continue? Where did you get that information? My assistant is very thorough. Your assistant is a spy. My assistant is a woman who lost her sister to traffickers, who spent years hunting the network, who took a job with me to get close to the underworld, and who gave me everything I need to destroy you. Una's hand went to her purse. Sung-min saw the movement, knew what was coming. He moved fast, grabbed her wrist before she could pull out whatever weapon she was reaching for. A gun. Small, but lethal. He twisted it away from her, removed the magazine, tossed both pieces in different directions. Get out, he said. This is not over. Yes, it is. The wedding is cancelled. The alliance is dead. And in about, he checked his watch, 6 hours. Every piece of evidence against your family goes to the police, the media, and Interpol simultaneously. You are declaring war. Your family declared war when they tried to kill Ji-woo. I am just finishing it. Una's eyes were pure hatred now. You will regret this. I will make sure you regret this. I already regret ever meeting you. Now leave before I have you removed. She walked to the door, paused. That assistant you are protecting? She is using you, playing on your emotions, making you think you are a hero when you are just a fool. Maybe. But I would rather be a fool with a conscience than a monster without one. Una left. The door slammed behind her. Sung-min immediately called Dae-jung. Una was here. She knows everything. We are out of time. Execute the plan now. Now? We are not ready. We are ready enough. Call Agent Kim. Tell her to move. Everything happens in the next 3 hours, or we lose our advantage. On it. Next, he called Mbali. Una just left my apartment. She knows about the evidence. We are moving up the timeline. Agent Kim is going to coordinate the raid. You need to get Ji-woo somewhere completely safe. Not a safe house. Somewhere the Han family would never look. Where? My mother's church, Father Cho has been hiding people for decades. He will protect her. And what about you? I am going to the Han family compound, going to confront her father directly. That is suicide. That is making sure they are all in one place when the police arrive. Sung-min, you cannot. I can, and I am. This ends tonight, Mambali. One way or another. Then I am coming with you. Absolutely not. You do not get to make that choice. I started this. I am finishing it. Ji-woo needs you. Ji-woo needs her mother back. And needs the people who took her mother to face justice. That matters more than keeping me safe. He wanted to argue. Order her to stay away. But he understood her need to see this through. Had felt it himself since the moment he found her bleeding in that apartment. Fine. But we do this smart. We go in wired. Everything recorded. Agent Kim listens to everything. First sign of real danger, she sends in tactical units. Agreed. Meet me at the office in 30 minutes. We plan this properly. He hung up, started gathering things he would need, then stopped. Looked around his penthouse, at the life he had built, the isolation he had chosen. If this went wrong, he might not see this place again. Strangely, that thought did not bother him as much as it should. His phone buzzed. A text from his mother. Dae-jung said I had to leave immediately. What is happening? He called her. Mom, I need you to trust me. Stay where Dae-jung put you. Do not leave for any reason. I will explain everything soon. You are scaring me. I know. I am sorry. But I promise. I am doing the right thing. Finally doing the right thing. Your father always said the right thing is usually the hard thing. He was correct about that. Be careful, my son. Whatever you are doing, be careful. I will. I love you. I love you too. He ended the call before emotion overwhelmed him. 30 minutes later, he arrived at the office. Mbali was already there with Agent Kim, a woman in her 40s, with sharp eyes and a no-nonsense attitude. You are sure about this? Agent Kim asked. Walking into the Han compound is extremely dangerous. I am sure. They need to think they are winning, that I am coming to negotiate. Meanwhile, you are getting into position. We will have teams surrounding the compound, but if shooting starts, there is only so much we can do before someone gets hurt. I understand the risks. Agent Kim looked at Mbali. And you? You understand this could end very badly? I have understood that for 3 years. They spent an hour going over the plan. Sung-min and Mbali would wear wires. Request a meeting with Han family leadership to discuss the wedding. Once inside, they would get everyone talking, admitting to crimes, building a case that could not be dismissed or bought off. When they had enough, Agent Kim would move in with tactical units and arrest everyone. Simple in theory, potentially fatal in practice. One more thing, Agent Kim said. After this is over, there will be questions about your organization too. I cannot promise immunity. I know. I am prepared to face consequences. Even if that means prison, even then, some things matter more than freedom. Mbali looked at him. Something in her eyes made his chest tight. Agent Kim handed them the wires. Tiny microphones that clipped under their clothes. Transmitters that fit in pockets. Test them, she instructed. They did. Everything worked. Okay, Agent Kim said. Teams are moving into position now. You go in 30 minutes. Get them talking. Get confessions. We handle the rest. Sung-min and Min Bali drove to the Han compound in separate cars. Safer that way. Less suspicious. The compound was in Gangnam, behind high walls and electronic gates. Sung-min had been here a dozen times. Always welcomed. Always treated like family. Tonight felt different. The guards at the gate recognized him, let him through without questions. Mbali arrived 2 minutes later, claiming to be his assistant bringing important documents. They were escorted to the main house, a mansion that screamed wealth. Everything expensive, nothing tasteful. Han Tae-sik, Yuna's father, waited in his office, a large man with cold eyes and expensive suit. Yuna sat beside him. 3 other men stood around the room. Soldiers. Sung-min. Han Tae-sik smiled. Yuna said you wanted to talk. About the wedding? About everything, Sung-min said. He felt the wire against his chest. Hoped Agent Kim was hearing this. I think we need to be honest with each other. I am always honest with family, and soon we will be family. That depends on what we discuss tonight. Han Tae-sik's smile faded slightly. You are being very serious. This is about Yuna's concerns? About your assistant? This is about your business. The parts you did not mention when we negotiated the alliance. Silence. Heavy and dangerous. I run many businesses, Han Tae-sik said carefully. Which one concerns you? The one involving women, containers, international shipping. The temperature in the room dropped. The soldiers shifted positions, hands moving toward weapons. I do not know what you are talking about, Han Tae-sik said. Yes, you do. Crimson Pearl, your trafficking operation. Moving women through Seoul, selling them internationally, making millions. You have quite an imagination. Mimbali stepped forward. I have evidence. 3 years of evidence. Bank statements showing the money flow, shipping manifests with your signatures, photographs of your people moving victims, testimony from women who survived. And who are you? Han Tae-sik asked. Someone who lost her sister to your network. Someone who has been hunting you for years. Someone who is about to destroy everything you built. Yuna stood. Father, I told you, she is a spy. Working with law enforcement, we need to handle this now. Handle this? Sung-min moved between Yuna and Mbali. You mean kill us? Add 2 more bodies to your count? We have not killed anyone, Han Tae-sik said. We are legitimate businessmen. Legitimate businessmen do not traffic humans. You have no proof of these wild accusations. Actually, I do. And in about, Sung-min checked his watch, 10 minutes. That proof goes to every major media outlet in Seoul, the police, and Interpol. Han Tae-sik's expression changed. The mask of civility dropped. What remained was purely predatory. You come into my home, accuse me of crimes, threaten my family, and you think you are walking out of here? I think your options are limited. You can let us leave and face legal consequences, or you can hurt us and face much worse. Worse than what? Prison? I own half the judges in this city. You owned them, past tense, because everyone you have bribed or threatened is about to have a choice. Cooperate with investigators or go down with you. Most people choose self-preservation. One of the soldiers moved toward Sung-min. He did not flinch. You really want to assault us while we are wearing wires? While law enforcement is listening to every word? Han Tae-sik froze. You are bluffing. Mbali pulled her transmitter from her pocket, held it up. Not bluffing. Every word you have said has been recorded. Every admission, every threat. We have not admitted anything. You admitted knowing about Crimson Pearl when you did not deny it. You admitted corruption when you talked about owning judges. And you are about to admit assault when your soldier puts his hands on my boss. The soldier stopped. This is a setup, Yuna said. They are trying to provoke us into confessing. Too late, Sung-min said. We already have what we need. Honestly, we had it before we arrived. This was just about giving you a chance to surrender with some dignity. Dignity? Han Tae-sik laughed, bitter and harsh. You lecture me about dignity. You, who built your empire on violence and extortion. I never pretended to be legitimate, never hid what I was. You built your wealth on suffering and called it business. There is a difference. The only difference is you got squeamish, developed a conscience at the worst possible time. The best possible time, Sung-min corrected, because stopping you from hurting more people matters more than any alliance. Outside, sirens began wailing, lots of them, getting closer. Han Tae-sik moved to the window. Police vehicles surrounded the compound, tactical units taking positions. You brought them here, he said quietly. You brought yourself here, Mbali replied. Every choice you made, every woman you hurt, every life you destroyed. This is the consequence. The office door burst open. Agent Kim entered with armed officers. Han Tae-sik, you are under arrest for human trafficking, conspiracy, bribery, and about 20 other charges. Get on the ground, now. For a moment, Sung-min thought Han Tae-sik might fight, might order his soldiers to shoot their way out. The old man's hand moved toward his desk drawer. Do not, Agent Kim said. Her weapon was trained on him. Give me a reason, please. Han Tae-sik's hand stopped. He looked at Yuna, at his empire crumbling, at everything he built turning to ash. Then he got on the ground. Officers moved in, handcuffs, rights being read, Yuna screaming about lawyers and justice and how they would all pay. Sung-min and Mbali were escorted outside, away from the chaos, into the cool night air. You did it, Mbali whispered. We actually did it. We did. She started crying. Not sad tears. Relief. Release. 3 years of pressure finally breaking. Sung Min pulled her close, let her cry into his shoulder, felt his own eyes burning. Your sister, he said quietly. I know this does not bring her back, but maybe now she can rest. Maybe we all can. Agent Kim approached. We need statements from both of you. Tonight, it is going to be a long process. We understand, Sung Min said. And Sung Min, there will be questions about your organization too, your activities. I cannot protect you from that. I am not asking you to. I will answer whatever you need to know, even if it incriminates you, especially then. I am done hiding. 3 hours later, after statements and paperwork and questions, Sung Min and Mimbali were released. Temporarily, there would be more questions, more investigations. But for tonight, they were free. Da Jung was waiting outside the police station. Boss, you are alive. Barely. The council wants to meet. They have concerns. I bet they do. Tell them tomorrow. Tonight I need to check on Jiwoo. She is at Father Cho's church, safe. Her mother is being transferred to a better facility, medical and psychological care. Good. Make sure they have everything they need. Money is not an issue. Already handled. Sung Min looked at his second in command, his oldest friend. You stayed, even when it got dangerous. Even when it was stupid. Why? Because you were right, and because someone had to watch your back while you played hero. I am not a hero. No, but you are better than you think. Your father knew that. I know that. Eventually you will figure it out too. Daejung left. Sung Min and Mimbali stood on the street. Seoul moved around them, oblivious to what had just happened. What now? Mimbali asked. Now I face consequences. My organization will need new leadership. I will probably serve time. Everything I built will change. Regrets? None. Liar. He smiled. Okay, some regrets. But not about tonight. Not about stopping them. What about us? The question hung between them. Us. The impossible thing they had been dancing around. What about us? He echoed. You are free now. No engagement, no alliance, no obligation to anyone. And you are free too. No more mission, no more hunting. So what do we do with our freedom? Sung Min took her hand. I have an idea, but it involves being patient, waiting until the legal chaos settles. Until we know what our futures actually look like. I am not good at waiting. Me either. But some things are worth waiting for. Mbali squeezed his hand. When this is over, when you have served whatever time you need to serve, when I have helped Interpol finish building cases, when we are both truly free, we try this, really try. Promise? Promise. They stood there, holding hands on a Seoul street, two broken people who had found something worth fighting for in each other. It was not a perfect ending. Too much was still uncertain. But it was a beginning. 18 months later, the nonprofit office was small but bright. Windows overlooking a park. Walls covered in photographs of women, survivors, success stories. Mbali sat at her desk, reviewing applications for their newest safe house. They had 5 now. Across Seoul, helping victims of trafficking rebuild their lives. The door opened. Jiwoo ran in. Taller now, healthier, smiling. Miss Mbali, Mom says dinner is ready. Tell her I will be there in 5 minutes. Jiwoo's mother worked as the nonprofit's office manager. She had recovered slowly but steadily. Mother and daughter were reunited, healing together. It was the kind of ending Mbali used to think was impossible. The door opened again. Sung Min entered with coffee. He looked different now, lighter. The weight he used to carry had lifted. He served 6 months for his crimes, financial charges mostly. Cooperation with authorities and genuine remorse got his sentence reduced. His organization had restructured completely. Gone legitimate. Daejung ran it now. You are working late again, Sung Min said, handing her a cup. Says the man who just spent 8 hours at his new job. He smiled. After prison, he started a security consulting firm, helping businesses protect themselves from organized crime, using his knowledge for good. Fair point. But I am done for the day. You should be too. One more application. It will still be there tomorrow. These women need help now. And you need rest. You have been running on empty for weeks. Mbali saved her work. Stood. Stretched. When did you become the responsible one? When I realized life is short, and I want to actually live it, instead of just surviving it. He pulled her close, kissed her forehead. After 18 months of waiting, of healing, of figuring out who they were separately, they had finally started building something together. No more secrets, no more missions, just two people trying to make the world slightly less terrible while being slightly less broken. Jiwoo invited us to her piano recital next week, Mbali said. I know. She invited me 3 times. Very persistent. She learned that from you. She learned that from you. I am just supportive. They locked up the office, walked through the park. Seoul was beautiful in spring. Cherry blossoms everywhere. New life. Do you miss it? Mbali asked. The power, the control, running things. Sometimes. Then I remember what that life cost. Who I had to become to maintain it. And I realize I do not miss it at all. No regrets about the wedding you canceled? Only that I almost went through with it. That I was so focused on alliances and strategy that I nearly missed what actually mattered. Which is this, you, helping people. Actually being able to look at myself in the mirror. Mbali leaned into him. You know I am still wanted in 3 countries for the laws I broke hunting traffickers? I know. And that Interpol still calls me for consulting. I know that too. And that I am probably always going to be a little bit broken. We are all broken, Mbali. The question is what we build with the pieces. They reached her apartment building. Smaller than Seungmin's penthouse, but it was hers. Their relationship moved slowly, intentionally. No rushing, no pressure. Dinner tomorrow? He asked. Every tomorrow, she replied. He kissed her, soft and sweet and full of promise. When they pulled apart, Mbali smiled. Thank you. For what? For walking through that door 18 months ago. For believing me. For choosing the hard right over the easy wrong. For being the prince Jiwoo thought you were. I am not a prince. No. You are better. You are real. He left. Mbali climbed the stairs to her apartment. Inside, she looked at the wall where she used to keep photographs of women she could not save. They were gone now, replaced with pictures of women she had saved, of Jiwoo and her mother, of new beginnings. Her phone buzzed. A text from Seungmin. I love you. Forgot to say it in person. Saying it now. She smiled, typed back. I love you too. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow. Such a simple word, but it meant everything. It meant hope, second chances, the possibility that broken people could heal, that terrible situations could transform into something beautiful, a story about choosing what is right over what is easy, about 2 people finding each other in the darkness and building something beautiful. If this story moved you, if you felt something while reading it, I need you to do me a favor. Subscribe to this channel, hit that notification bell, because I have so many more stories like this one. Stories about love and redemption and people choosing to be better. Stories that will make you feel something real. And drop a comment telling me what you thought. Did Seungmin make the right choice? Would you have done the same thing? I read every single comment, and I love hearing from you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. And remember, it is never too late to choose who you want to be. See you in the next story.